Europe definitely felt more likely to be heading into a recession than you see in the US. That said, I think not of the same magnitude as here, but your consumers still got $1 trillion more deposits sitting in their bank accounts than they had entering COVID. Talking to other European banks and looking at our own portfolio, no one's really seeing it in the numbers in credit quality, standing up very well, both the consumer and the corporate and commercial portfolios in Europe. And the banks are in reasonable stead. But I think the consumers is going to be hammered with the cost of energy and inflation. And they just don't have the same flexibility as we have here in the States. It feels like the ECB is a few months behind where the Fed has been in getting its arms around inflation and without quite the same flexibility that the US has. So that would be some of the things I'd say just from the macro perspective that, tougher time in Europe. Asia is sort of supply chains and sort of recovery focused. And China probably going to become more of a story again soon, not without challenges.
Yeah. So where does that leave us here in the U.S.? And what are you hearing from clients, and how does that wrap into your outlook for this year?
If we take different clients, I think the U.S. story is, as we all know, is much more about rates. With this, is a recession? It's certainly not our base case that there will be, but it's not easy to avoid either. When we look at what the clients are talking to us about from a macro perspective, I think the confidence is still pretty good amongst the CEOs and the CFOs. They know there's some more supply chain challenges and they keep piling on top of each other. But they're feeling reasonable around that. And the activity has been pretty robust, as we've seen